Currently, when you Google Somalia, it's not a good image. The first image you see is a headline by BBC which states, Somalia restaurant attack, 6 killed by al-Shabab. Another by Voice of America says US reopens permanent USAID mission in Somalia. In fact, all the images you see about Somalia on Google Images are heartbreaking. They take away any pride any Somali person has. It's shameful, disheartening, and belittling. Others also Google these images. Others meaning people you interact with at school, work, and other places. Many of us claim they are from other places like Arab countries, Kenya, Ethiopia, and such countries because we know in the back of our heads that the person asking us will Google us or has already Googled our country and seen the images that are out there that we have seen. So, when a Somali girl who went through what we all went through, hide from bullets, travel over a lorry months on end, lose couple of siblings to hyenas, and came to a refugee camp in Kenya just to live in despair, becomes a US Congress. Expectantly, we are all proud, joyful, and feeling confident that we can also have another image, another story. Because now, when someone asks about who we are, and we tell them Somali, they might not Google who that is because they have already heard Donald Trump talk about our sister Ilhan Omar daily. So they know. I will say electing Ilhan Omar was the best thing Minnesota have done because of her resilience in being a refugee child who went through a lot and overcame everything and became Congress, US Congress. Her agility to push through decisive and progressive legislations in Congress and her ability to withstand serious racist attacks from the moment she was elected until today, including an attack on her own life and her family's. This week, it was reported that Antone, Melton, the Ilhan's primary challenger, has raised a lot more money than her, including from Minnesota's 5th Congressional District, where Ilhan is elected from. This week, it's reported that Antone Melton, Ilhan's primary challenger, has raised a lot more money than Ilhan, including from Minnesota's 5th Congressional District. To a lot of people, this is an indication that Ilhan is in trouble. But to many as Somalis, this is heartbreaking because once in decades, we had positive stories about Somalis. Strong, resilient, powerful Somali girl became US Congress and had made a lot of positive changes. Ilhan Omar has a lot of enemies, including the biggest enemies of Muslims in America and around the world, AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, which is the lobbying group that advocates for pro-Israel policies to Congress and the executive branch of the United States. This group is so powerful, and AIPAC, so powerful that all politicians from the President of the United States to a school board member who would dare to go against them always loses and is destroyed forever. So, when you went from being a refugee to the United States, to the United States Congress, the most powerful nation on earth, and being assigned to serve under the Foreign Affairs Committee of the nation, the most powerful committee, you will feel powerful And Ilhan wasn't just feeling powerful. She was seeking power by going after groups that everyone bows down to in America, AIPAC. So what do? Just like they have done many times previously, they have attacked Ilhan and they have made their goal to make sure Ilhan doesn't lose. And this group is smart. These are very smart people, so they went ahead and picked up another minority. A minority in their pocket. Minority that's a yes man. Minority that will not dare go against any policy or any action related to Israel. He has support of AIPAC and its all members throughout the country, including members from Ilhan's district. AIPAC doesn't spend a lot of money actually on lobbying itself as an organization, but its members who only support financially and at the ballot candidates AIPAC directs them to have deep pockets and are committed to their member affiliations. So what is happening? Just like those before Ilhan, AIPAC decided to make sure Ilhan never wins again in a second term. And in her place, they brought this yes man, a man who will bow out and agree 100% to what AIPAC wants, and Mr. Antone is that man. I'm not surprised by AIPAC's action, as an AIPAC has done these to many other candidates before Ilhan who dared spoke out against their cause. I'm not surprised by those who don't understand Ilhan's plight as a refugee girl, struggles, and her convictions to justice, fairness, and values. I'm talking about those who understand where she's coming from and still want to vote her out. I'm talking about the Somalis who are against her and are for opponent, voting for opponent, not understanding the issues deeply at work here. So, the question is, if Israel and Israel supporters understand what is important to Israel and AIPAC by voting Ilhan out because she spoke about their injustice policies, why are Somalis not understanding what is important to them? Or is it the continuation of why we have such Google images of Somalia to begin with?